We're going to create the exploded assembly files now that you need for your Puzzle Cube project. And what these files are going to do is they're going to allow you to create the directions for how to put your Puzzle Cube together. And so how we're going to do that in Inventor is we're going to use a presentation file. So I'm going to go up here to the application button and click New, and then I'm going to find standard IPN. And IPN is a presentation file that we'll use to create those exploded views. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create. And then I can go ahead and click Create View. And it's asking me to find the file I want to use. And so I'm going to find an assembly file. In this case, we're going to start with our first assembly. So this is sub-assembly 1. I'll go ahead and click Open. Then I'll click OK. And I can see that it puts that assembly file in for me. One thing that I don't like how it put this assembly file in is it's not in a true isometric view right now, and we're going to want it in a true isometric view. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this corner of my application button, or excuse me, my view cube to make it an isometric view. I can click all of these top corners of this view cube, and it will be a true isometric view when I do that. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is find the view that I want, and I think this is the view that I want to show my explosion, and make sure again it's on one of these corners so it's a true isometric view. If it needs to be the bottom corner, it can be, but it just needs to be a true isometric view. Alright, and so to create the explosion, I'll go ahead and click Tweak Components, and then I can click on the part that I want to explode from the object. And so in this case, I'm going to click on that orange part. I have a few options for direction here, and so I could click this arrow if I wanted to move the object, and then click and drag on that arrow if I wanted to move the object down. I don't think that's what I want to do for this case, so I'm going to click the red X again, hit Tweak Components. I want to pull it out this way, and so I'm going to click on that surface, and I'm going to make sure I have the orange arrow in this direction selected, and I'll go ahead and click and I'll pull that object out. And I'm just going to pull it out, not a specific distance, but just so I can see how the object's going to go together, and then I'll click the check mark. And that's it. That's the first explosion that we need. And so I'll go ahead and come up here into my application button, and I'll go to Save As, and I'm going to save this presentation file as subassembly 1, and then my initials.